Brian says 30 years that we've been doing business. He's got the books, so. It's just dealing with a good, honest man and the quality of cattle that he raises, and he's always trying to improve. I think Brian goes a little further just on these cattle. It shows, I mean. Well, we run that way pretty well towards the top of that mountain right there, and all back through here till you hit this patch of timber over here on the hillside. We own it 2 miles this way and 2 miles that way. We're 4 sections square here. Isn't blowing too hard. That's all I wear. I'm Robert Marchessault. I'm 3rd generation here in the valley, and we're the oldest family in the valley that homesteaded here. Yeah, 1883 was when it was homesteaded. It's 140 years now in the same family, same brand, same homestead, and that's a rarity. We have long generations. And for this time of the year, that's really low. My dad and I built this barn over here, straight ahead. These are old buildings here. The house right here was here. And I can pull it up there. He wanted to be close here to you know, get up at night and go right here and look at the heifers. And one of the things that really makes me feel good about the cattle we're raising, and of course Brian is part of that, is an order buyer at the Montana Livestock Auction sitting bidding on our steers when we sold them. And he was talking with his feeder back east, and he said these cattle are as good as they get. And he didn't know I was sitting behind him. But to hear that compliment, well, the black bollies, they all sold together, the Herefords, they all went together, but these cattle are as good as they get. You could see it in them. Yeah. And there was a buyer one year that when Britons owned the auction, called them and said, "Don't sell those Marchessault cattle until I get there." He said, "Hold them." And he was a little late getting there, but they held him. Everything that's black here is out of Massard bulls, or black bollies. Anything with black hairs, Massard said. I guess my brother Tex is probably the guy that got us going there. You know, when he was out of Dillon there a short ways, going to his bull sales. You know, well, he's an honest man. He backs his livestock. You know, he's just good to deal with. It's just quality cattle, and his bulls breeding nicks well with our Hereford program too. They really match well.
Yeah, we've been with Massards quite a while now, I guess 30 years. And back 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, we had all of the customary calving problems that people have been having ever since people have been doing cattle here. And we had to pull a lot of calves, and we always had between 1 and 3 cesareans a year. Out of 100 heifers, it was 1 to 3% cesareans. There was actually veterinarians, not too many, but some of them would hire a driver during calving season, and the vet would sleep while the driver drove, and the driver would sleep while the vet was cutting the calf out. So, but that's really probably 5 to 10 years ago. We noticed a lot less cesareans, and we haven't had one for a few years now, which is a little irritating to me, because I'm losing my, I'm losing a skill that I had. We had it down to a science. We could tell if we could pull a calf or not. And if we called a vet, he'd show up and he'd walk in the barn with his jump kit. It was just Dad and I working together. You just, you don't even have to talk anymore because you know what the other guy's going to do. And barbed wire fences don't hold bulls. They used to fight a lot more than they do now, but they just don't fight as much as they used to, but they still go through his fences just like they always did. And some things don't change.